Both maintaining a long distance, and it was all down to who had the patience to see out a slow starting attack and draw the counter-attack, and Timur Safin was the one that was able to hold his patience long enough. Péchoux trying to close the distance up already, reacting to that almost immediately. Nice. This time it's Péchoux who ducks down into the low line and then draws the parry out and immediately flicks up into the high line. A faint disengage for those of you in the note. Safin responds to Péchoux closing the distance. Says, get too close, my French friend, and I'm going to try and hit you. Successful on that occasion, but early days here. Very tactical battle. And this time Safin comes in with the attack. It's parried by Péchoux. You'll watch here, he's blocked it out, but then Safin closes the distance right up immediately, and that stops Péchoux from landing a riposte. Safin landing on the continuation. Riposte is still going to be given for the Russian, but Péchoux needs to have a little bit more patience here for me. He's pressing this one a little too hard, and Safin is keeping this close distance, the long distance, until Péchoux comes at him, and then he's prepared to either look for a parry, and if that doesn't work, he then closes the distance right up. And now he's putting in a bit of variety and putting an attack of his own in. You saw on the replay there that Safin's blade bent round the mask of the French fencer and landed on his shoulder, so the tip of the sword didn't actually hit the mask, which is an off-target area. So Péchoux was just checking to make sure that the mask wasn't registering as a valid target. You can sense a little bit of frustration now in Péchoux. First red light for a while. It's a little bit better from Péchoux, showing that patience, and then when the opportunity arises, just jumping in. Just got to watch that head ducking down. Again, showing the patience and luring Safin in. And this time the Péchoux closing the distance, and we're going to finish this period very, very tightly. Although as soon as Le Péchoux stops showing that patience, you can see on the expression of his coach Frank Baudin that he's not happy that Le Péchoux fought his way back into the fight, got within one, and then effectively rushed in the final seconds of the first period. And they're going to back away from each other here, and we will go to our first break in the gold medal match here in the men's foil individual at the European Fencing Championships in Torun. You see Frank Baudin, I'm almost certain he'll be saying to Erwann Le Péchoux, you've got to show a little bit more patience. And not only that, I think he's just got to play the distance a little bit more. And Timur Safin there with his coach Stefano Cerioni. It'll be Cerioni saying, well, just maintain this good control of the distance. Don't let Erwann Le Péchoux back into this match by allowing him to control the distance. And don't get lured into attacking when you don't need to. Score your hits bit by bit, and then keep a hold of that lead and pick up on the mistakes. But great comeback from Le Péchoux in that the end of that first period.
Well, referees called them back to the line as we start our second period in this gold medal match.
That's it, playing with the distance. Just waited for what effectively was a fake attack from Safin. As soon as it came, you saw the explosive counteraction from Le Péchoux. Oh, rushing, but he got away with it that time. Safin actually found the blade on the parry. There he finds it, but he's not able to land his riposte. A bit too far away that time for Le Péchoux. Nice feint disengage from the Russian. Which one of these two is going to take the first European title of 2016?
Oh,
again.
Not that. Something tells me there's going to be some electricians having a late night tonight.
Did you bring your certificate with you?
I did not. I'm a plumber.
Too many jokes, too many jokes.
Nope, you were just off target. Well, Péchoux feels certain that he found the target.
It indicated to Frank Baudin that he thinks that's the second time it's happened. I mean, I would be tempted to replace him with foil. and perhaps even my body wire.
Well, we started off this match with Péchoux unable to get any consistent technical performance, and that's what happens when you do that.
You can't go in with your arm bent like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's classic left-hander against right-hander hit. That's another attack for Timur Safin, but it's a classic left-hander, right-hander attack. The coupe flicking over the top, but what Safin's doing brilliantly is he's keeping his guard quite high throughout his approach, and that's going to pick up any flicks across the body.
Now, I believe that Péchoux is saying that that hit was on his shoulder off the target area, and we have seen at a European Championships a situation where a fencer with excess body moisture in his jacket caused a conductivity issue.
Yeah, gold medal match it wasn't it?
It
I mean, it's
was.
actually happened. It's happened many times, both at Europeans and at other major events. The additional sweat allows for the conduction from the lame jacket to bring up a coloured light on the off-target area. So essentially, the best thing you can do is to change your jacket. But I'm not going to say that Erwann Péchoux is an especially sweaty fencer. But the times that we've seen it before have been in much more humid and warmer environments. There's a decent, a sufficient and appropriate level of air conditioning in this beautiful venue. A bit of a surprise.
Well, no matter, it seems to have been an issue for Péchoux, but the last time this happened in a gold medal match at a European Championships, the guy who had to change his jacket came back down. I believe he may have come back, I believe the score may have been 9-7 at the time, and came back to win it.
Yeah, of course referring to James Andrew Davis.
Yeah.
Up against a Russian.
Chermisnov, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was.
You might well be right.
And I believe the score was 9-7, and he came back to win it 15-11.
Something like that. He won it. We just had a few replays of that hit that Péchoux sort of forced him to go and change his jacket, and actually looked to me like the hit was on the mask, just on the top of the bib, which is non-valid target area. But the thing about this sport is if you feel there's something wrong, then you need to change it, even if you're proven actually not to be correct in the first place. If he goes on to win this fight, then it will be a masterstroke. Well, preparation from Safin. There you go. Point is up, and that's. I think that's a good call from the referee. I think Cherioni agrees that that was an attack in preparation. Right, we're down looking on to see what the referee is doing. When they're down at the table, you don't actually get to see the referee looking at the replay. I often wonder why we don't get a view of that laptop and what the referees are looking at. There we go, another message to the directors around the world, and this time the hit has been switched over, and Frank Boudin is out of his chair. He is not happy with that decision at all, but the fencers have got to get on with it.
Péchoux parry off target, but is now remonstrating with both the referee and the assessor that there was covering on the part of the Russian.
Wow. I think if he gets a card and hit annulled for this one, Safin, I think he's an unlucky boy. I think he did his best to keep his back arm out of the way. We're going to get another replay now. And of course the back arm is not in shot. Well, I think that would be very unlucky.
And that challenge is refused.
Oh, this is a fascinating match. Well, I just, who is going to take the European title here? Safin started the tactical battle in the first period better than Péchoux. Péchoux fought his way back, made a mistake right at the end of the first period, and Safin's come out in the second period of potentially 3, and he's just gone back to controlling the match again. I've got to feel that there's still time for Péchoux to change things around, but where he needed patience before, I think now he's got to push this fight a little bit harder.
That's not going to end well.
Well,
in terms of what we've seen is Safin's form here.
You can force a fight a little bit more without taking too many risks. Make Safin come out and do something.
Is that in Erwann Lepechoux's DNA? I'm not sure it is.
Well, I think he has it within his DNA. I think that he's more than capable of doing it. But as soon as you start to see a hint of that, Safin then just starts being a lot more direct. And he's 3 away from becoming a 2016 European champion. Nice parry pass, and Péchoux is trying to push the fight, but he's attacking from too far away. Timur Safin has put in a brilliant display of distance management. He's controlled this fight, and there's another parry riposte, and he is 1 away from the European title. Well, Safin trying to push and close this one out.
And a card coming out for Timur Safin.
Well, I saw on the replay that was a clear-cut case of covering. And now Péchoux starts playing with the distance. I think you should have done this a little bit earlier. There you go, and that's why. Draw your opponent into making a mistake, and you pick up the parry riposte. And that's been given to Timur Safin, and I don't think Péchoux has any more video replays.
No, I believe is the signal.
I don't think he does, but I think that the video referee said, I think you better come and have a look at this one before you award the gold medal to Timur Safin. Well, that replay is slightly inconclusive again because we're coming from too close to the final action. We need to come from a little bit further out. Referee's coming back.
Nope, call stands. There we have it. Timur Safin, 2016 European men's foil champion. And Erwann Péchoux, perhaps distracted by too many things, takes home the silver medal.